So map 7 is another step up in difficulty. Maybe not as difficult as 5, but like it's, you know, it's starting to get back to that baseline after 6. Dare to fly where eagles soar. And the thing about this one is that the music is like just too good. Like this is like the first track of the game where like I honestly feel like just the music is way too good. Like not to criticize the level or anything, but it's like, you know, goddamn, you know, like this is generally speaking a soundtrack that to me is one of the best of all time for any video game, like, and it's just made by one person, you know, and it's like a free soundtrack, you know, like that's the thing that's just kind of crazy to me about Ancient Aliens. And this level is like the first one where that really starts to hit home. Like, yeah, like you're playing something special. It's just special. I don't know what else to say. Like I remember when I first played Ancient Aliens when it came out, and I got to this level and I was just blown the fuck away. It's just so good. Yeah, it's crazy how good it is. But this section here, or rather this map here, is like one giant kind of like square with a lot of like side areas and like rooms on the side and like central pillars. I'm gonna fucking die here because I'm bad at games. And you know, there's a lot of platforming, there's a lot of teleporters. We get reintroduced to the fun teleport sequence that we saw a little bit of in the first map, and I'll get there in a moment. And it's just like a really hectic map. It's also extremely non-linear, which is something I appreciate. Like there's like five sections, I think. And then a couple of them have the keys, and then, you know, there's like branch points and forks in the sections. And it's just, I really appreciate that style of level design where you can just kind of do anything you want. It's very open-ended, you know, choose your own adventure kind of stuff. You know, obviously with a speed run, there is like a kind of a best sequence to do it in, but like, you know, when you're not speed running, you can just kind of take it easy, and just kind of mess around and play with a new style of doing it, which is, you know, what I'm doing currently. It's just great. I mean, look at the different colored torches up there with the blinking lights, great detail. You got more of those like weird monoliths. Is that texture off or am I? No, it's just angle. And it's just great. I mean, again, the flow of this level is also great as well. You have these like bridges that allow you to get back up to this like weird center section, but then you have those two platforms up there, and I love how it's built upon the rocks here. Like you have some trees, cacti, and all that kind of stuff. You got the temples on each side. It's just an excellent level. In every way. Again, this is like, to me, once again, this is like where Ancient Aliens really just steps up. Like this is just where, you know, if you've played it this far and you're not hooked, like you probably, you know, should seek therapy of some kind, because like you are playing the best Doom 1 of all time, the best level set for the best game of all time. I mean, it doesn't get better than this shit. And this is where the personality of the set really comes into fruition. And again, 8 also coming up is a big one in that regard too. And it's just non-stop, you know, like a lot of WADs, they have like, you know, I wouldn't necessarily, like, I'm going to say the word filler levels, but like, I don't want to say that necessarily in a negative tone. I also love the little blinking details up there. But Ancient Aliens is a set that doesn't have any of that. Like every level is just as mind-blowing as the previous, if not more, you know? And like, it's not necessarily linear in the sense where each level is progressively more interesting and cool, but it's just like, they all have such a profound personality. By the way, check this out. Love it? You can't not love it. I mean, it's just that good. But each level just has like just a great personality to it, and they're all unique, they're all different, they share the themes, and then the episodes have themes. But it's just, I don't know, again, there's just something special about this one. The music is really good. I believe this is one of the few tracks in Ancient Aliens that was not composed specifically for Ancient Aliens. all the music was made by Stu Boy, but I think a couple of the tracks, I'm pretty sure like 4 or 5, were pulled from prior works before Ancient Aliens. I think this is one of them. But it's still, again, it's just, it fits really well. The music, I don't know much about the development process, like what came first, the music or the maps, or like that kind of stuff. Like for me, right there. For me, when I'm making a level or making music, making a MIDI for a level, I will usually make the MIDI first. But you know, like when you have multiple people, one doing the music and one doing the level design, you know, I'm not sure which one goes first. But I like this track. I'm pretty sure is from before Ancient Aliens was finished. So this is from a different track. Like, so I'm just kind of rambling about that. But again, I just want to talk about the lighting here. I love that the torch, I guess, is what's giving off this like extreme light. I love that the teleport has like that little dark section because like obviously the teleport indents. So like it's just like really meticulous and it looks good. I don't know about this torch being so bright that it, but hey, it just looks fucking phenomenal. Like it's mind-blowing how excellent this is. Like to me, this is a quintessential video game experience. Like, you know, it's up there with all the best video games. Like, I know some people put like mods or level packs or anything like that in like a separate category, and I guess that they are in a separate category, but if you just flatten the category distinction and say all gaming experiences, you know, comparison, this is just one of the best. It's pristine, it's evergreen, it never gets old, it's always beautiful, it's always great, it's always fun, and I just love this shit, man. Like, I love the purple floor here. I like how this section you go around it and then it lowers, expanding once again, like I was mentioning in map 6, like that gameplay space, reusing and expanding upon. That's a major aspect of this whole WAD as well. And it's just, you know, it's just great. I don't want to seem like this is a one-note video series, but it really is. Like, I mean, Ancient Aliens is great. Like, there's not much else that's really necessary to say, but I'm going to keep saying some other stuff too. This section, one of the things that I was mentioning before about how each map has personality, but this level is kind of like that weird, open-ended, non-linear level design. Weird in a positive way, just to be clear. And like each section kind of has like a, you know, it's all big, coherent, you know, you have the cave, the rock, and then the temple themes. But like each section kind of goes for like a little bit more of a distinct flair. Like this section, you have these nice walls, and then you have this outer rocky area. It's just, I really appreciate just the minor visual distinctions between sections within the whole map. And again, each map has that as well going for it. And it's just, this is just one of my favorites, you know? Like, not to say that 1 through 6 don't have someone get hooked instantly, but I mean, if you play this level and you don't like it, I mean, I don't know what else to say. Like, you're a crazy person. Like, you need help. And I love the silhouette cacti out there that you can see, the dead trees. It's just kind of, it's that evoking the mystery. Like, what the hell is going on here? You know, it's just that kind of vibe is just what I love about this. Love those teleport sequences. They're just so great. Just everything about this is just, it's perfect. I don't know what else to say. And again, I love the verticality of this level. Like, you have this section here, the start, you just hop down, and then hop down, right? And then, like, some sections, like that section over there is like, you know, it's in the middle section, and then, like, you hop down again, and then one of them is, like, you go up, and it's like there's a lot of up and down to this map that I just really appreciate. And then also we have a little secret here. I like this. One thing about Skillsaw's secret design is that, you know, it's not often just like you open a little like fake door and it's like a little closet full of stuff. Like a lot of Skillsaw's secrets are using the environment. You know, like it feels like from a level design standpoint, like they probably came up with this section and were like, you could probably put a secret over here, you know, like that kind of stuff, like using the environment in creative ways. And then you have this tree that blocks you from the side, which is just fun. So here we have the exit room, but it's got one of those classic fake doors, where you click it, but the door doesn't open and it's a trap. You know, if you're not expecting it, it can be pretty deadly, but it's not too bad. And that's MAP07, Dare to Fly, where the eagles soar. Just looking at it here, it looks great. I mean, this is one of the all-timers here. You know, again, like Ancient Aliens is like, it's like the fucking snowball rolling down Mount Everest, you know, like with each one, there's peaks and lows, but the lowest low is still like a 10 out of 10. So it's, you know, it's really hard to even say it's a low, but like this is really where you're just like, you're getting that momentum, like, holy shit, man, we're in for something crazy. And the next map is even more crazy, if you can believe it. But here we have like the med kits are not on each side, instead they're like in the center. This may be the only map where they're positioned this way. I'm not sure why, but I'm open to it. Like for a speed run, for example, like when I'm doing a speed run, you know, this takes a little bit longer than just running straight. So I wish that they were mostly like this, but it does look slightly uglier, slightly. So, you know, but there, you know, I think that's the only exit chamber in the game that has the medkits placed like that. But again, just looking at this level from this section, it's just the verticality, the pillars, the platforms, the teleports. There's just so much going on here, and it's an unforgettable experience, absolutely.